In this video, I'm going to show you some rookie moves to avoid.
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
So one mistake new players make is activating squadrons on turn 1. As you can see, it doesn't really do anything because on the first turn, most of your ships and squadrons would be unengaged and too far apart. So speaking of turn 1, some rookie players also do dead commands on turn 1. So for instance, they'll do something like, say, a concentrate fire command, not bank the token because they'll forget, and move the ship forward. So to add on to the point, what you want to do on turn 1 is to make sure you have a command set on your dial that you're either going to tokenize. So here you've got a Gazanti with a squadron command, so it's going to do bank a squadron token to activate more squadrons later. Or here you've got an ISD, it's going to bank an engineering token to repair later on. Or you have the Demolisher here, it's going to do a navigate command and bank that for later on as well. The other thing we see new players do a lot as a mistake is the retaliatory strike. So what happens is they'll say this raider, it will attack their corvette. The corvette will survive, the raider moves away, and then the new player will panic and would want to get as much value out of the corvette as possible and do a retaliatory strike and attack the raider. And then what ends up happening is it'll end up moving in front of the ISD, which will guarantee its destruction. Whereas instead, if they've calmed down a bit and activated the MC-80 first and moved away, there would have been plenty of time for the corvette to live because the ISD would have to go next, and then yeah, the corvette would have time to attack anyway. So spacing is another mistake that new players make. They'll set their speed on deployment, but then they won't actually give enough space between their ships to actually move at that distance. So for instance here, you'll see that the GR-75 will move one space forward, a bump, and then the rest of the fleet is now trapped in a conga line. Another mistake that new players make is they don't select the really obvious activation orders. So for instance here, you activate first. The corvette is probably going to die in front of the ISD, but a new player would choose to say activate a neb first, get its shots, and then the corvette gets destroyed. Whereas the corvette going at speed 4, if they activated this first, it would get 2 shots off because of the double arc and be able to dance away from the front arc. Or you can have it the other way around, where the new player has an obvious kill here, but they choose to activate something like this raider first, and then that gives the opportunity for this corvette to escape. When new players see squadrons, this is what they think. So what a lot of new players do when they see squadrons, in the squadron phase, they'll activate 2 of their squadrons and then try to engage, which is actually a mistake because now they'll activate their 2 squadrons and then just attack the 2 that you sent in. So essentially you're sending them to their death. So there's a couple of upgrades in this game which are pretty rubbish for new players simply because they're quite convoluted, and so a new player won't either get the benefit from them or forget to use them all entirely. So to help you out, here's a list of upgrades that you should avoid as a new player. And lastly, we see this one a lot too, is when they'll deploy slow moving squadrons in front of their ships, and the problem with that is when their ship moves, they're going to overlap the squadrons and then those squadrons get pushed back. Which means now things like B-Wings will have to try to catch up. So that's our top 8 mistakes that we see new players make a lot. Hopefully this helps you avoid them. If you've got anything else that you want us to run through, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, good luck at your regionals event. This is Veteran Captain Ken signing out.